Hey guys, I'm back again in front of the video. It's been a while since I've made a video. Last time I checked, it's been about a year and a half, maybe a half a year roughly. I don't know. I haven't just going off the top of my head for the last shave, but sorry about the echo. I got it. I moved recently, so last room there wasn't so much of an echo. But this is the new razor I got. In fact, I've gotten two new razors, technically three. But I'm not going to show you one of them. That one's going to be a surprise for another video coming up soon, hopefully. But, so, just going to put a little bit of water into the sink here because I'm going to fill this up a little bit more. So the razor choice for today, and this is one I've been wanting to get for a long, long time now, and I'm just now recently getting it. And that is the Gillette Fat Boy, adjustable, 195 adjustable. This is a 1960 model F1, so first quarter 1960 year. There's a little bit of wear. You can see it around the head of the razor. The doors close pretty smoothly. They close back pretty smoothly, of course. So they open and close perfectly nice. But it's in really nice condition, and I paid about 90 bucks for this one, so a little bit less than what most razors would cost for the Fat Boy. Now, last few shaves I've been using the Voshkar blade. Now, I've determined the Voshkar blade, even though it's my favorite razor blade of choice, it does not work for the Gillette Fat Boy. It's way too mild. It doesn't shave the way I want it. So, I decided not to use that for this shave in this video. Rather, go for another razor blade, and that one's and I'll show you. You may not be able to see it, but the Astra Green blade. Now, I've never used an Astra Green in a Fat Boy, but it's a little bit sharper and more, not quite as smooth as a Voshkar would be, so it's got more sharpness to it, so maybe this will do better in the Fat Boy. So, give or take, we'll find out in this shave video. Now, I got about a day's of growth. You can't really see it that well, but it's there. In fact, you can hear it. Yeah, there's growth there. So not a whole lot of growth though. So I'm gonna dial it down today on this Fat Boy here. I'm probably gonna go for a setting 4 around the neck, not the neck, but the cheek area, around the chin. But then once I get down to the neck area, I'm gonna probably dial that down into a 3, probably. We'll see, depending on how it goes. Okay, so then for the soap choice for today, we have Tobacco. I'm doing a Focus on this one. If you run the 30-day club over there on the Shaved In, you saw that I did a Parasso week-long Focus. So I'm gonna probably be doing a Tobacco week-long Focus. So we're using that for today. And then for the blade, not for the blade, but for the brush choice, we have a Tuxedo Knot Yaki 24 millimeter marble handle, black marble Tuxedo Knot head there. So that's gonna work well, and I find it to be a good face lather and a good bowl lather. But for today's shave, we're gonna be doing a face lather versus a bowl lather. You saw the last video I did a bowl lather, but this one's gonna be a face lather for today. So I'm gonna take my boiling water and start applying it. And use that as a pre-shave, essentially. And get this hair softened up on me, because I don't want any irritation for the shave. Thankfully, Tobacco has really good slickness, one of the best slickness in terms of soap. It has one of the best slickness. So, in fact, my hands are really slippery from the soap. I'm gonna dry this thing off because I don't want to drop this. I had an Old Spice mug, unfortunately, slip out of my hands in the middle of shaving one day, and it shattered everywhere. That wasn't fun. So now I just go on the precautionary side of things, because I don't want that to happen to any more mugs, whether it's an Old Spice mug or Tobacco. I'm gonna add a little bit more water to that. And we're just gonna go to town with this. Now, I didn't originally say I love this scent. I said it was an okay scent when I first got this one in the mail. It's growing on me. I like it a lot more than I used to. It's kind of got that barbershop scent to it. It's different, though. I've never really smelled a barbershop scent like this one before, and it is very different. Okay, this is going to be a very dense lather, so put this down. Wet my face one more time. All right, let's go. Lather's going everywhere. And I like this brush because it has a really nice long handle, which is gonna be great if I'm having to bowl lather, or if the bowl is really deep. I can get in there more. Because some guys will use, and I know it's Nick Shaves, he's done it before. Like, he's done it with a Williams puck before. And he stuck it in a normal, you know, what is it? I'm trying to think of the name of it. What do you call that type of glass? If you grew up from the South like me, and I can't think of the name of the glass now, I don't know why, you would see how they would, you know, put jelly or make jam, and they put it in those little glass jars like that. Mason jar, there you go. Nick Shaves put a Williams puck in a mason jar once and lathered in it, and I think he used a long handle and it worked okay. This is the type of brush you would use for that. Okay, I think I got this lather pretty situated the way I like it. I'm gonna clean up real quick. We're gonna go ahead and start. And I get lather all over my nose. Okay. Okay, that instantly feels a lot more aggressive. That's what I like. Just immediately, first pass, first stroke, it's already very nicely aggressive compared to the Vashkod. Now, I never was a fan of this blade, the Astra Greens, and any of my other razors. I didn't like so much. Did I show you this already? I don't know, but this was the other razor I used. I recently got the red tip, the Gillette red tip. That's a 59 model, by the way. But going back to what I said, I don't really like the Astra Green in any of my razors. They cut me, so hopefully this won't cut me. Usually the Astra Green never cut me on the first pass. Usually it's the second or third pass when the Astra Green usually cuts me. I might bump that up to a 5. So, yeah, thank you, Gary, for the tips. If you're watching this video, you've helped me out a couple times on things I needed help with, especially with blade choice wise and whatnot. When I posted that, well, I'm not going to say the razor because there might be somebody that isn't on the Shave Den that hasn't seen the razor I got, but I posted a thread and you were commenting on that about another vintage Gillette I got. Of course, a couple other people joined it and decided to put their feedback on it. I recently started joining another form for wet shaving, and I'm sure people have heard of it, but it's not Badger and Blade, I'm on there already. Reddit, I use Reddit, but there's a couple of forums that have, or threads technically, of wet shaving. And so far I like this razor with this blade. Had a zit pop up right here, so I'm having to go over it very gently. Ooh, I felt that right there. Right there. Adam's apple, no blood, hopefully it doesn't start leaking. Okay, that's pretty smooth. I'll get the rest of that on the second and third pass. There's a little bit of blood there, not too bad. So far, so good. Nice. Get around here with it. Everyone's jawline is different. I have a very sharp jawline. So it's a little bit of a trouble getting around here because the blade doesn't pivot, because it's a safety razor, of course. Safety razors don't pivot, or at least the ones I've had. So you really gotta bleed a lot more than I thought. It'll stop once I get done, but it's a little bit of trouble getting around here. So I take my time. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Get that mustache area. Nice. You know, I like doing cold water shaves because I don't really get much irritation or really bleeding either. However, I don't like that it's cold. It's not comfortable, at least during the winter. I don't mind cold water shaving when it's during the summer, but during these winter months, I like to do hot water, or at least warm water. So, everyone has their preference. That's just my philosophy. So yesterday, I know some people on the gym like to keep track with, as far as progress goes for military. I said a couple days ago I shipped a buddy, or not shipped him off, I dropped him off at the recruiting office. And he shipped off, well, he got to Jacksonville because they're quarantined for the COVID thing going on right now. They're quarantined for 2 weeks in a hotel room in Jacksonville, Florida. And then he heads to Paris Island in July, or not July, that's my ship date. He leaves in 2 weeks to go to Paris Island, so in the meantime, he'll be staying in a hotel room for 2 weeks, bored out of his mind, probably reading books. That's about it. You can't leave, unfortunately. But going back to progress for me, I leave July 26th, as I've said before. So it's really just keeping up physically, staying strong. Like yesterday, we did a 3-mile run over with our recruiters because we had to go as a pulley, or technically delayed entry program. Most people are familiar with that terminology. You have to do PT once a week, or once to twice a week. At least try to make it once a week, is what they say. Bump that down to a 3. Don't put down 2, 3. But yeah, we go once a week. And every PT session is different. We're not always doing the same thing every time. It's random. Like yesterday we did 3 mile. Sometimes we'll sprint with ammo cans. And sometimes, depending on how you look at it, if you're lucky or unfortunate, depending on who you are, whether or not you hate that exercise, to me, I like it. We will run with logs. And everybody as a team will mount it on their shoulder and we'll sprint with it for about a mile. We don't do it 3 miles like normal running. They're not that crazy. Although the Marine Corps is known to be crazy. So, yeah. Get around here. Okay. I'm gonna get that. I forgot to get this area. Hold on. So sometimes I'll reserve the cleanup pass towards the end. Sometimes I'll clean up in between passes. So it just depends. But my hair is very coarse. So even though it doesn't look like a lot of growth, which granted there isn't, it's very coarse. So with a day of growth, it may not be a lot, but it's very coarse and just thick overall. So far, hopefully it'll stay the same because I'm not going to jinx myself. But so far the shave's good. Other than that one little spot there, I wasn't paying attention and I put pressure there and I cut myself a little bit there. But so far very smooth. I'm liking this blade a little better now on the Fat Boy. It just doesn't work for any other razor but the Fat Boy from what I'm getting. Okay, I'm gonna do the last pass here. So how y'all been doing? I know I talked to some of y'all on here. And I know that not everybody's gonna be watching this. It's a little thin. But I know some of y'all like to watch these, including Joe, which I'm looking forward to seeing your video if you're watching that, Joe. Watching this now, Joe, aka Trigger. I'm looking forward to seeing that next video you're uploading, you said. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to clear this brush. Shouldn't have added water to that, but. And I'm just going to spread it. The rest of that lather. You know me, I don't like to waste lather. So I use as much as possible, especially if I build too much leather. It just doesn't work. All right, last pass with this. This soap is so slick. The knurling on this razor is so good, but it's slippery. This soap is so slick, but it's good. I don't like the dry vintage razors. And I've done it before because of slick soaps. All right, that's good. Let me feel. Yeah, that's pretty smooth. There's no irritation, so I like that. I think an astrograin works good. I gotta get back into straight razor shaving. I haven't touched my straight razor in a little while. Got myself a little bit there, but not too bad. I gotta get my straight razor out again. I know I said that already, but I haven't touched it in a while, so I gotta do a shave with it. And in the meantime, I'm still trying to, get comfortable with the Fat Boy. I'm making progress. Like I said, it's not gonna be perfect until I really am experienced with it. And it's not really the razor, it's just figuring out the right blade. And someone recommended me using a feather blade, so I might order a pack of those and give them a try. At least for the Fat Boy. I'm only gonna use a feather blade for the Fat Boy, probably. Because not Fat Boys, but feather blades are known to be very sharp razors. And you can easily screw up if you're not careful. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's real good. Let's just clean up real quick. Okay. That's good. Alright, so for the aftershave choice, and I'm going to end this video and I'll do the cleanup off camera, but Pinard Clubbin, the original, it'll match the back pretty nicely since it's a barbershop scent as well. That one was for you, Paul. I know you might be watching this, I don't know. How did I get lather on my... Lather goes everywhere, I swear. One more, because I like to go extra sometimes. Okay, that concludes that shave. What do I think of it so far? The shave was better than the last two shaves with the Fat Boy. Didn't really work with the Voshkod. It does work with the Astrogreen. So I do like it a lot more. Although there's a little bit of cuts right there. Not too bad. I don't expect to be cut free from shaving with this thing for a little while until I get really comfortable with this razor. It's definitely not a novice razor. I've been wet shaving for 3 years now with many different razors, and this is still pretty complicated as an experienced wet shaver. So wouldn't recommend it if you're new to shaving. However, this can be a good razor if you practice with it. Anyway guys, I'm gonna end this video now, and I'll upload it here on the Shaved and on YouTube hopefully soon, so go check it out.